Welcome to the Arizona Construction and Renovations Employee and Staff Training Program. These tutorials are meant to enhance your knowledge of our internal processes and are not to be shared with others outside of the company.
All right, hello and welcome to the role overview and PSA training for MIT technicians. Today I'll be going over your role, an overview of your responsibilities, your direct interactions with PSA, the items you receive from other roles, as well as what other roles can expect from you. I'll also be covering the teams you collaborate with, how to measure your success within the company, and where to go for help should you need it. Let's get started. So the purpose of a MIT technician role is going to be executing hands-on mitigation and emergency services in the field to stabilize damaged properties, prevent further loss, meet drying timelines, and support safe and efficient job progress. Primary focus will be field execution of mitigation tasks, so water extraction, drying, contents, antimicrobial application, demolition, daily progress documentation with Mika, um, etc. Major players internally, the majority of who you will be communicating with is going to be the mitigation manager. Mitigation leadership, all progress routes through the mitigation manager. There's really no one else that you communicate with externally or internally. Externally, you're able to communicate with adjusters, carriers, and TPAs if necessary, but you would need the direction of your mitigation manager. So basically, mitigation manager is your sole role that you'd be communicating through. An overview of your role from beginning to end. So your job begins immediately upon being dispatched to a job site, and it ends at the end of the mitigation work. After equipment is removed, readings are uploaded, and the mitigation manager is informed. Also, hopefully coming along with some signed documentation regarding the job. Things you received from a previous role. So new job assignment details come from the project coordinator, same day emergency response in most cases, and deliverables to the next role, estimators and mitigation managers, the daily field progress. So photos, moisture readings, and equipment logs. All that information is necessary to report to your mitigation manager and should be passed off to the estimator to make sure they can provide a fair and accurate estimate. Your key transition points are going to be the emergency response is going to prompt you to get a van, get out to the site, your actual drying setup or whatever setup you have that is going to be used for mitigation. And then your daily monitoring, that's going to be a regular occurrence for anything that you've already set up. The drying being complete prompts the next stage and next transition, pulling all of the equipment, and then lastly, handing it over to an estimator. This next section is going to be about PSA specifically. Majority of your proven jobs use our site here that you see on my screen is going to be in the mobile app. So you'll be using the mobile app to clock in and out of jobs. You'll also use it to upload job site photos of damage, progress, setup, and the final photos as well. Entering daily logs, so moisture readings, equipment placed and removed, and hours worked also goes into PSA, and viewing notes from the mitigation manager. So those are all daily. Primary screens in Proven Jobs Mobile, you're going to be using the info, attachments, schedule, notes, and sync button. Those are all available in the desktop version as well, except for sync. The sync option, as you know, if you've taken the mobile training, is used every time you access the app to make sure that you have the most up-to-date, reliable information. Every time you hit sync, any changes that have been made since the last time you hit sync and the next time you hit sync are synchronized. So tap that button often whenever any changes are made. Key data in PSA, time worked, accurate to a job, gonna make sure that you're in the right job in the mitigation, not the recon. If you're doing mitigation, if you're doing demolition work, obviously that can be useful on a recon as well, but just make sure you're clocked into the right job and you're accurately clocking the time that you've worked. You're also uploading photos with timestamps and descriptions and basic log notes. So equipment status, moisture levels, and any issues that are observed on site. And notifications you can expect from PSA, there's minimal. You receive COS or COC, so Certificate of Satisfaction or Certificate of Completion. You receive a notification for signing on the final day, if applicable, and photo upload reminders. So very few notifications. The interaction with PSA is quite simple. You are putting in the relevant information for your job based on the job you're working. And then before you leave the job, all that information is uploaded. Deliverables. So main outputs that other people use for what items you produce, your daily time entries and uploaded job site photos before, during, and after, your basic daily logs and final drawing verification photos and readings. And lastly, your equipment removal confirmation. All that information is relevant to the next employees within AZCR that are going to be using or interacting with this job. They need all of the information that you have, all those deliverables uploaded and visible. The quality and completion standards for these deliverables is that your photos need to be of high quality and time-stamped and labeled, so room specific. The logs need to be accurate and entered in the same day, and time entries need to be precise. All work needs to be performed safely and per scope. The deadlines for these deliverables, photos and logs are going to be uploaded daily based on your monitors, and time clocked in and out is going to be a daily occurrence. Final drawing documents to the mitigation manager goes daily to them upon completion. Um, and as far as who uses this, again, the only interaction you have here is with the mitigation manager and the estimator. So they need those deliverables to be able to communicate to TPAs, carriers, adjusters, clients, whoever they're interacting with, give them information that is accurate and up to date to maintain strong relationships in the reliability of our crew. Our fifth section here is about collaboration. So communication. Internally, you're communicating, again, only with the mitigation managers. They're your primary point of contact. You report progress and issues and receive direction from your mitigation manager. Externally, you may communicate with the client in short interactions. There are no decisions being made with you and the client on site. Um, any decisions that need to be made should involve the mitigation manager, unless you've been given authority by your leadership. Preferred methods and tools. Proven Jobs mobile app is the majority of where you'll be spending your time interacting with the system, photos, logs, time, etc. You also utilize phone, so text, call, and WhatsApp messaging with your mitigation manager. You can communicate urgent issues through there or standard issues, communicate with your mitigation manager regularly. In-person and verbal communication is going to be a lot of how you do a lot of your interactions with clients, and emails. So mitigation manager requests, you can communicate via email if necessary. When and how to escalate and to who, any equipment failure, safety hazards, major hidden damage, and client complaints go directly to the mitigation manager. Any delays impacting the SLA go to both the mitigation manager and the project coordinator, since the project coordinator is the majority of who's going to be communicating in the very beginning with the TPA. Our sixth section here is about key performance indicators, or KPIs. So how you measure your success is going to be a timely daily photo log and time entry completion. So entering daily everything that you've interacted with, putting those in quickly, getting updates in. Your drying success rate is also going to be measured, and your safety incident-free record, making sure that you as a lead tech or a supporting tech are doing everything that you can to keep work site safe for you and the clients. Also, quality of photo documentation will be measured. If too many of your photos are blurred, taken hastily, not capturing the information that we need, um, you will be reprimanded for that. Positive feedback from the mitigation manager is really how you're going to be able to tell whether you're doing a good or a bad job. The mitigation manager should be monitoring your daily interaction with jobs and giving you feedback. The expectations is that you have 100% daily mobile entries. So for every job that you're interacting with, there is no percentage of failure. If you're interacting with a job, you are entering a mobile entry. Time, photos, logs, no exception. We're also looking for low rework from poor documentation. So not having to send somebody out to take additional photos, not having to get an additional signature because a line was missed on a document. Um, the documentation that you provide is just as important as the actual drying and mitigation work being performed. We don't get paid if we can't prove what we did. And on scheduled drying completion, we're going to provide estimated completion dates. Your mitigation manager will inside of the system, exact analysis, and whatever other portals we use. They'll be providing estimated completion dates, and they're going to be making those decisions for those dates based on your input. So give accurate information to your mitigation manager. They will accurately estimate completion times, and you'll be held to a standard of meeting those drive times based on the information that is presented. Zero safety violations should go without saying. Nobody gets hurt. No shortcuts are taken. We take all the proper safety precautions following OSHA safety manuals and anything else that is presented to you. Any in-house safety protocols that are developed are also your responsibility to maintain. Your effect on the company. So providing accurate field data supports billing and supplements. If there are extenuating circumstances where we can charge for additional fees for anything, without the documentation, we can't support it. We won't get paid. So if you do a lot of extra work, if you're having to do additional work, it needs to be documented fully. Photos, the full thing, timestamps, photos, logs, all of it. Next, your fast mitigation reduces secondary damages. So our ability to mitigate work quickly and effectively and safely means that there's less secondary damages, maintain strong relationships with the clients because they see that we're making an effort to save their things, their home. And we need to have reliable presence, which builds client and TPA trust. So if we say we're going to get there, we get there on time. We don't cause any additional damages. We don't cause any additional issues or cause any drama with our clients. We become a reliable and trustworthy contractor to be contacted by many carriers, adjusters, and TPAs. And we need to be fast, efficient, and trustworthy as a company in general, but especially as mitigation techs. Um, there are plenty of opportunities to take advantage of the situation when you're in somebody's home and they're going through some kind of crisis. So we have to be fast, efficient, and trustworthy to make sure that we get the repair jobs as well. This last section is for help. So if you're looking for any additional help, this document will be distributed for your use, as well as you have access to the PSA Academy, which will give you specific training on how to use the mobile app, how to utilize that, the sync button, entering notes, naming photos. There's additional training I am creating, but the PSA Academy is for basic use. Your subject matter experts are going to be your mitigation manager, Tim Montgomery, and then Steve Alave right now is also a subject matter expert, as well as myself, Thomas Eber. You can find help within this document as mentioned, but also the PSA Help Library, a place where frequently asked questions are posted and the answers to them are also posted. There's also a YouTube series maintained by the PSA team called Proven Learning Series. It's accessible, like I said, on YouTube. And the last line of defense is a support email, which you can contact your mitigation manager or your administrative staff in order to get in contact with them if you have issues with PSA specifically. Internal contacts for help, besides just the subject matter experts, there's Steve and myself, Thomas Eber, but you also have access to Brian Schuyler, who is also a point of contact for your help within the system. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.